Snapshot here. Welcome to another tutorial on the F-16 Viper. We're going to be talking about the Jdams today and how you can deploy them a couple of different ways. The first way is pre-planned with set mark points. The second way you can deploy them is basically a target of opportunity visual mode, and you do that through the HEMIX, and we'll be doing both today. So the first method we're going to do is we're going to bring up our radar and get it out here, and we're going to look at steer point 2 on our radar. We've already got the narrow beam down on our radar, and we're just going to make a slight turn. We're still about 30 miles out. Now what we want to do with using the ground radars, we still want to offset a little bit because the aircraft has a tendency to not want to do very good looking straight forward. So now that we're offset a little bit, we'll come down here, bring it down, and we'll want to zoom in to the OBS2. And you can see we're already starting to pick up some returns. It's going to start clearing up the closer we get to the target. What it is, the way the radar works is you're only seeing shadows of the reflections of what it's hitting against. And we got a couple of buildings out here at waypoint 2 that we're going to look at, and we ought to start seeing them populate here pretty quick. And it looks like we can start seeing the buildings. Let's try and refresh this right here. The closer we get, the more defined it's going to be. We can play with the contrast. As you can see, those buildings are starting to come into focus. And you can see them down there. But since we can do a freeze frame, and you got building here and a building here, which conforms to what we're seeing down there. So, seeing how we already have these set in the way I'd do that is I would hit mark point and lock that with TMS aft, and what it would do is it would create a mark point, which would be steer point 26, and you can see we already got it in there. So with that being in there, we can hit return, and we can bring our steer point up to 26. And now we can cursor 0 over on our targeting pod, and you can see that now it's brought that building up. So what I want to do is I'm going to make that MFD soy, bring my targeting pod right on top of that building, and create a mark, or lock it up with TMS aft. So now we can make our turn into the target. And we can start seeing our target right there. So we want to line it up. We're going to bring our master arm on. Get on the fall line. And pickle. Now what we can do now is we can set our autopilot to attitude hold. It'll maintain our altitude. And we'll come down and watch our bomb guide into this path. This is just one of the ways that you can deploy the Jdam onto a target with precision. The next point we're going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about like a target of opportunity using our HEMIX in the visual mode. And here it goes. Shack that building. Alright, let's jump back in the cockpit. And we killed a bunch of infantry with that. So, let's say we don't want to do, or we're just cruising along, we happen to see some enemy targets. We go from pre-planned here to visual on our weapons page. Then we can come back over here. We're still deployed on our targeting pod. We're going to go ahead and shut our attitude hold off. And we're going to come over here towards waypoint 3. And I can already start seeing some bad guys over here at waypoint 3. So the way that this is going to work is there's an airport up here that we're going to strike. But I want to strike some airplanes sitting on a tarmac. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my HUD soy by going DMS up, and you'll see the little star icon right here indicating that the HUD is soy. So now if I look off of my HEMIX, I see a little crosshair on my HEMIX. If I go TMS aft long, I get a boxed square. So now wherever I look for that boxed square, I'm going to be slaving my targeting pod to that point. So we got this airport right up here that's more than likely full of bad guys. We're going to go investigate it. And I'm pretty sure there's some aircraft sitting out on the tarmac, like a bunch of cargo airplanes that we want to take a look at. What we're going to do is, when I put that boxed crosshair on a place onto that tarmac that I want to look at, I'll go TMS aft short, and it'll slave the targeting pod to that point. Like, I want to look right there. So now, oh, there they are, right there. So now I can make this MFD soy, make my targeting pod soy, and I can see those cargo airplanes right there. So all I got to do is, we'll lock that middle one up right there. Then we'll turn in. Get our bomb release cue and pickle. Our altitude hold on. And we're going to go watch this bomb go in. This is just one of the two ways that you can deploy the Jdams, using the visual, or, well, you can use the radar, you can use the targeting pod, steer points, or you can use visual, either one. This is how you make it work. And that bomb looks like it's going to be right on target. So when this 2,000-pound Jdam hits that middle airplane, all three of them airplanes are no longer going to be able to fly. That caused some damage. That killed everything. Alrighty. This is Snapshot. Thanks for watching.